Not a bad night. We went 2-3 on Commander night. Let's talk about the wins and let's talk about the losses. Let's go. Welcome to Commander Debrief, where we talk about what went right and what went wrong on this last weekend for Commander Night. Be sure to like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below so you can stay in touch and help this channel grow. All right, without any further ado, let's get into the wins. Okay, so early on in the night, there were only 3 players there, so we wanted to run a quick 3-pod while everybody else was arriving, and I ended up playing my mono green Nissa deck. It's a landfall deck. She's going to give you energy when the land enters, and then you can use an energy later to cast permanents from your hand. It went off, not gonna lie. I thought I was out. So what ended up happening is we started with an early Lotus Cobra on the battlefield, turn 2 or whatever, Lotus Cobra. It got destroyed. I was mad because that was my whole strategy going into it. I was like, ooh, I'm just gonna quick ramp with Lotus Cobra and get my commander out early and get all these energies, but it didn't really, because it got sent to the graveyard really early. But there was a card that let me play it out of my graveyard. It was 6. 6 came out right behind Lotus Cobra on turn 3, I believe, and I was able to retrace the Lotus. You see what I'm getting at. So the Lotus Cobra came back out. And then the game just got out of hand because by the next, I think, turn or 2, I was able to get the Ancient Green Warden attached to the Spring Heart Nantoko attached to the Ancient Green Warden with a whole bunch of triggers with a Cabaret Courtyard in the graveyard. So I'm just recasting that over and over, getting double land triggers. Lotus Cobra's giving me more land. My commander's giving me more energy. Before I knew it, my board state was just wildly out of control. I'm pretty sure we all just scooped once we figured it out. I was playing against Tevel, which is another deck that I have. I really like that card a lot. Another lands matter kind of deck where you're getting lands out of your graveyard. I think I was playing against Tevel and a giant commander. The giant commander deck didn't really get off to a good start. I think he was looking for more creatures, and it's just his hand, like his mana base wasn't helping him out at all. So I was worried about the Tevel player going off possibly, but he was playing straight precon, and the straight precon just couldn't keep up with the amount of landfall that I had on the battlefield. It was a good W. I really like this deck. It's never worked like this before. I think I've only won maybe 3 games with this, including that night. So yeah, it definitely went off. I was glad to see it actually do the thing that it's supposed to do. Okay, game 2. I want to say we were still doing a 3-pod. I can't remember. I need to start writing more notes down. Friday night was it was a long day Friday. Anyhoozle. Mishra, the Eminent One, I decided to play. It's an upgraded precon. When a deck first came out, I was really interested in Mishra because I know Urza's so popular. We don't hear a lot of people talk about Mishra, so I was deep into the lore at that point, especially with the Brothers' War and everything like that. However, Mishra did its thing. There was a moment where I should have been killed because I didn't really have a crazy amount of blockers on the battlefield to stop anything from happening. Especially in the sky, there was a player who had enough power on board to kill me or somebody else. And that person, he's just a chaos player. He's our board wipe tribal guy. He rolled a D20. He was like, on a nat 20, kill me. And he freaking rolled a nat 20. So he rolled a nat 20. And so the other player swung out on him and killed him. I didn't have anything on board to be able to help at that moment. But as soon as it came back to my turn, the deck is crafty enough that if I get the right pieces, I pretty much just decide what I want to do in the game, and it ended up happening. So early games, Trionic Resonator came into play. Mishra's War Form was coming out as two different copies of something that I needed to get the card draw. I think it was a Mycosynth Wellspring at one point. I think I ended up doing whatever the card draw one is. That might be it. I can't remember. Whatever the 2-mana rock that comes in and gets you a card when it enters and when it dies. The War Form was becoming that 2 times. So I was refilling my hand, casting the artifacts that I needed, refilling my hand, making sure I hit those land drops. So Mishra did its thing. I ended up winning with a technically Gonti's Aetherheart because the War Form comes out as, yeah, you get it. If I'm doing it two times, yeah, you get it. So Gonti's Aetherheart pretty much just gives you infinite turns. Then I had a Spine of Ishtar kind of loop happening here. So if there was anything that we needed to destroy, that's what it was. Now I'm remembering as I'm talking about it, the other player was playing an aura heavy deck. It was an aura deck, and I was able to use a Spine of Ishtar to destroy the auras attached to the creatures that are making them, you know, invincible and unblockable and so on and so forth, Umbra armor and all that type of stuff. I was able to get rid of all that and neutralize him enough so that I can sneak away with the win once I drew Dante's Aetherheart. So those were our 2 dubs on the night. Okay, now for the losses. The next 2 games, I played my new deck, the Suguru Geto deck that I built, and it did okay. I definitely was able to fill my board state. I reanimated Gary a few different times, and I was able to gain some life, and I definitely was able to maneuver in the game, if you will. It didn't win because I think the decks I was playing against at the time were just a grade, right? They're a higher grade than that Suguru Geto deck. So I'm not mad at it. I definitely need to refine it. I'm also a little, I don't know about Geto, the zombies being cursed spirits. I don't know if I'm on board with that anymore. I create so fast and so, you know, often. I don't know if I feel that. I think it should be like horrors or nightmares or something. Maybe even a different commander, because the Locust God, or I'm sorry, the Scarab God gets you something out of the graveyard for sure. But is that Suguru Geto? I don't know. Somebody commented about Suguru Geto also being able to fight, and that's a big part of the lore too. Like, he's not just a cursed technique user, he'll also put hands on you, put paws on you. So maybe I need to go into that. I ended up getting Heartless Summonings early in one of the games. That helped out a lot because the creatures that are coming in are giving me buffs, so the Heartless Summoning, the negative side of that didn't really matter. But I found myself early with a lot of zombos that would have died right away. So I did have to wait until I was able to cast something, you know, so that kind of worked against me there. Yeah, I really didn't have any crazy card situation that happened with that deck where like something was repeated over and over. I definitely got out, you know, when I played Heartless Summoning Domain Expansion. We definitely did all that. I had a lot of fun playing it, but I definitely want to refine it and maybe even choose a different commander and different kind of mechanic and just make this a zombie tribal deck. Almost forgot, I also at the end of the night played my Miles Morales deck. I really want that deck to work. There's a few new Ninja Turtle cards that I wanted to just throw in there and see if they worked. I think I added maybe 1 or 2, but there's some more I couldn't figure out exactly what to do. And it just, again, at that point of the night, the stronger decks were coming out, so that deck isn't exactly optimized 100% to do what it's supposed to do. It's just about that trigger, you know. Miles wants to double the counters on things, so I was able to get out Branching Evolution early, but I think that got destroyed. What else was on the battlefield? I think I had a Rishkar so that I can tap my stuff for mana, which was good, but I don't think it ever got anything like worth talking about. So there's some cards I definitely want to put in, so maybe I'll, you know, go in and chisel that one out this week. All right, that's going to do it for Commander Debrief. Thank you guys for watching this far. What are some cards that you would include in some of these decks? What do you think about the Scarab God being the Suguru Geto card? Do you think I should add a different commander? What commander would you use? What do you guys think? I would love to hear your opinions on it because, like I said, it was my first night playing the deck. I played it twice, lost twice. Was able to do a couple things, but I'm not 100% sold on the concept anymore. So I'm open to ideas. Remember, build the play, respect the table, win by creating. We'll see you next time. Aetherforge is a growing community of creators sharing ideas and inspiration. Support the Forge by liking this video, subscribing, and leaving a comment below. Your contribution may seem small, but remember, even the pyramids were built brick by brick. Welcome to Aetherforge. Win by creating.